we go.
We are?
Mm-hmm.
So, is anybody there?
Nope.
Well, I'll just get started without them.
You're just getting here. You can sit and twiddle your thumbs a little bit.
Can't think of anything else I could do. Could have a slice of bread. You bought yourself a muffin?
Uh-huh.
Wish they had muffins out there. I have to start by making muffins myself.
Okay, we have 2 people.
I'm gonna start.
Go for it. I feel like that's crooked.
Hey, hey, it's Berta J, and you're in my kitchen for a live show today. And I'm excited. I hope you are too. Let me know who you are. Tell me your name, where you're from. Anybody say anything?
Hi from Queens, New York.
Hi from Queens, New York. What's your name? What is it? Who is it?
Ben Robinson.
Ben Robinson? Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's what their username says.
Ben Robinson.
Greetings from Michigan, Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany from Michigan. I'm going to be making... Okay, when I do live shows, if you haven't been here before, you need to understand something. That I can't just stand here and talk to you. I really... Maybe I'll get into that one day, but it's not today. And it hasn't been in the past. I have to do something with my hands or something other than just standing here. So I came up with the idea that I would make a recipe. And Evan came up with the idea that, Mom, why don't you just not stress over this and just make something that you've run out of? Well, I've run out of my cashew mayonnaise earlier this week, so that's what I'm going to make again. Now, this cashew mayonnaise is really, I'm prejudiced. I think the thing is delicious. I think the stuff is really good. And you can use it just like you use regular mayonnaise. And so that's what I'm going to make because I'm out of it. Okay? You start with 2/3 of a cup of water. I will link the video below because I've already made it and it's on my channel. So 2/3 of a cup of water into your blender. 3/4 of a cup of cashews. Now, these are not cashews that have been salted, cashews that have been flavored. They're just plain old cashews. Now, if you would like to, you can soak these beforehand, but you really don't have to. I never do. 3/4, and it goes. And then we're going to do a 1.5 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. If you like nutritional yeast, you know, it's your recipe. You can put in 2 tablespoons if that really makes you happy. But I'm putting in 1.5 tablespoons. And then we do 1.5 teaspoons of rice vinegar. Now, this vinegar, I have learned, I really like it. It has a nice, soft, if food or liquid can have a soft flavor, but it's very, very nice. And I enjoy having it in different things. It really brings a real body and flavor to whatever I'm making. So this is 1.5 teaspoons of rice vinegar. Now this is, they make brown rice vinegar, you could use that. But if this is just regular old white rice vinegar, I can't remember the name. I'll have Evan get the bottle and I'll show it to you, but this is it. It's up in the cabinet. 1.5 teaspoons. And then for a little bit of saltiness, I use two salty ingredients. One is miso, and it's a light miso, and I use a half a teaspoon. And don't forget, you gotta always get it all. I like that. This is it. And this one doesn't have anything in it except rice vinegar. That's it. But this is the one I use. And then all the spices I put together are, you want some paprika, which I am going between changes. I changed it a little bit. don't know if it depends on my mood, but between an eighth of a teaspoon and a fourth of a teaspoon. I think that's an eighth. This is a smidgen of cayenne, just to give it a little punch. If you don't like spiciness, which I really don't, but in this mayonnaise, it really tastes good. And then I do a smidgen of salt as well. There they are. In they go. Get it all. Every single drop. Last thing is a little, just a tiny bit. I use an eighth of a teaspoon of xanthan gum. And because I buy it in bulk, this is the little container that I use for it. And I scrape it off. Put in, take an eighth of a teaspoon of that. That's it. Now you're going to blenderize.
Okay, before you blend.
Okay.
Did I say hi from Michigan?
Yes, hi from Michigan. Yes, who was it?
Charlene.
Oh, hi, Charlene. I think I remember you.
Charlene Harris. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, I think she gives me messages, and I remember that name, I think. Go ahead.
Looking forward to this. They don't like standard mayonnaise, but they love cashews.
Oh, okay. This is good. I really like it. I've been known to just take it and put it on my salad, just a tablespoon or two. It tastes really good. So blenderize? No?
I love nutritional yeast. Good morning, Berta from New Mexico.
New Mexico! Wow! What's your name? What's her name?
Lana.
Lana from New Mexico. Hi. Glad to have you.
Hi from California. What time?
California? Let's see, that would be 3 hours earlier. This is around 9 o'clock or so?
I guess so.
Glad you joined me.
Oh, the cashews roasted or raw?
No, they're raw. Any kind of nut that you see me use in my show, I only get the straight raw, plain, nothing on it, not roasted, not cooked. The only time I have is with peanuts, and that's another show and stuff. But I have used just roasted, no salt, no anything on them. But these are definitely raw, nothing.
Hello from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. I love that. I used to sing that in, not that my voice is that great, but my, what was it, junior high chorus sang that. Many of the songs from Oklahoma. I still remember them.
How much exactly is a smidgen?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. I love it when you guys ask these questions. Okay. I'll bring out my little container of small. I have these 3. I also have another one that comes in 4. I got my first ones from Bed Bath & Beyond, but I found these at, I don't remember where I found them. I think it was also Bed Bath & Beyond still. But it's very small. It's a tiny amount. I don't know if Evan, you want to get a close-up of those 3? But it's this one. It's the smallest one. I guess you could look it up online. It's really tiny. Should I put it on the table? It's that one. But you also get a dash and you also get a pinch. So whenever you hear me say a dash, a smidgen, or a pinch, that's what I'm using.
Are any of these close to an eighth of a teaspoon?
The one that's the closest would be a dash. As a matter of fact, I have, let me see, that one's kind of thick.
Mr. Kenny's watching you.
Mr. Kenny's watching me? Hi, Kenny. Here's an eighth. I don't know, you want to get a close-up of that?
Get an eighth and a dash.
An eighth and a dash are very close.
So a smidgen is even less than an eighth.
Yeah, a smidgen is less than an eighth and less than a pinch. And I pinched different spices to see if I just took my fingers and pinched it. This is less, way less than the pinch that you get here. How they figured it out, I don't know, but I found these little spoons. years ago, and I've been using them ever since. I'll hook a link below for that too, if you want to know where to get them. Any more questions?
You can blend. You can.
Okay, so now, let me see, in description box, link for smidgen.
These links will be posted afterwards. Like.
Yeah, they'll be posted afterwards. Yeah, they'll be posted afterwards. Not obviously not right now. Dash and pinch. Okay, now I'm just gonna blend it. That was about 40 seconds. That's enough. You don't have to do it any longer than that. And I was looking, I know you're probably wondering, what was she looking for? Just to see the quality of the mixture on the sides of, sometimes it goes up a little bit higher and I can see through the container that there aren't any little pebbles of products of the ingredients still in there. Pebbles of, not pebbles, but little tiny grains of it. And this is nice and smooth. So I washed out jar. I'm going to put it in here. And I'll do it this way so you can see it. But it's pretty thick. When you put it in the refrigerator, it will get thicker. I promise you. Okay, now you know, if you've been watching me, I can't leave all this in here. This is enough for several sandwiches and some salad dressing or whatever else you want to use it for. Watch all that was left in. See it climbing up the side of this jar? I will taste it just so that you will know that I know this is very good.
Good morning from Atlanta.
Atlanta, yay. Joe from Georgia. When I was younger, people used to tease me about having my name be Alberta for Alberta peaches, which I believe originated in Georgia. They are good. I love peaches.
How long does the mayonnaise keep?
Now, you guys are really funny. Let me just give you a little, I'll answer the question first. I don't know. Because I love my own cooking. And so as soon as, and I'm the only one in the family that eats like this, so when I make it, I've got to eat it, and I've got to eat it pretty quickly. I put it in the back of the refrigerator, and when I say back, I mean the furthest back to the back wall that you can, so that the warm air doesn't hit this jar every time you go in, and it will stay longer and keep longer. I really don't know it. For me, I know I've eaten on it for at least 2 weeks, and having placed it in the back with other things in front of it. Could keep longer or fewer if you've got other people that are going to be eating it. So that's what I know. Now, because I've scraped out all I can get out, except this tiny little bit right here on my spoon, on my spatula, I'm going to taste it so you know that I'm not making up anything that's nasty or that you might not like. This taste never disappoints me. It's just, It's creamy. It's delicious. It enhances sandwiches. I would gather, you know what? I'll tell you something that I have tried. This is just a Berta J tip. I wanted some macaroni one day, and I didn't feel like making cheese sauce. So I took about 1/4 of a cup of this, warmed it up with a little bit more nutritional yeast, maybe a tablespoon or so. It was really, really good. So I put in more of that, little pepper, and I think that was it. And I poured it over my noodles, and it was really tasty. You can try that if you want. But just, it's like, and a little water too. Water it down a little bit, because the nutritional yeast, when you warm it with this, is going to make it thicker. So put in a little water, put in this. I'll have to get the balance. If you really want to know what I did, I'll measure it out and tell you. But this is really good stuff. I think if you start making this, you won't miss regular mayonnaise. I don't anymore. As soon as I'm out of it, I have to make it again.
Beth says that she likes mayo, but all the vegan versions in the store are overloaded with salt and oil. Your plant-based alternatives are great.
Oh, thank you, Beth. Yeah, I like making stuff that doesn't have to have all. I found out that you really don't need all that oil. There's another person that I watch, and I won't give you the name of that person, but they make great recipes. They use so much oil. And so I try their recipes. Of course, I change it and put Berta J things in it. But I don't do any of the oil that they do. And it tastes just as good. I know. You may not get the crunch you think you want, but try air frying. I have an air fryer now. Maybe I'll do some shows with that. Not maybe, I will. All right, I've eaten enough of it. It's all gone. That's what your container should look like when you're done. Get it all. Okay.
What kind of bread do you use for your sandwiches?
Oh my gosh, that's a show. I did a show, and I like Ezekiel bread. Ezekiel bread, you can use any of them. I think my favorite, Ed does a lot of the shopping. He didn't want me going out during the pandemic, so he's continued with it. He's very good. He used to go with me before. But I do Ezekiel, all of them. I think my favorite might be sesame. Is that it? Or the plain one that's in the orange package.
The second one.
Plain one in the orange package, Ezekiel bread. I also, when I'm desperate and I'm over in the town where we have a Trader Joe's, I also get Trader Joe's flourless bread. And those are my two favorites. That's what I use most of the time. Now, if Evan has bought some just whole grain, whole wheat bread, I'll maybe eat a slice or two of that. But my favorite really is those, because it has more chew to it, has more texture, and I just really enjoy it. I know I give long answers, huh? I should just say one thing and then be done with it, but that's not me. So here it is, a little wobbly. Can you see that? It won't be wobbly tomorrow. It'll be very thick. And you can scoop it out and throw a spoonful in your mouth if you want. That good.
Have you put it in coleslaw?
Another long answer. Yes, that's why I had to share this recipe. Because there was in my coleslaw, I have a coleslaw recipe. That's also on the channel. And in that coleslaw, I use this to make my coleslaw sauce. And one guy wrote in, I wish I could think of his name, and he said, "Oh, Berta, please give us the cashew mayonnaise that you use. Give us that recipe." And so the next week or two, I did this. But that's why I have it on the channel, is because this guy wanted it. And so all you have to do, go to my videos and then look for coleslaw. And this is in it. So yes, the answer to that question is yes. Now that'd been boring, wouldn't it? Come on now. You know that would have been a boring answer if I just said, "Do you use in coleslaw?" And I said, "Yes." And stood here and stared at the camera. You know you wouldn't have liked that. Go ahead. What's the next one?
Ben Robinson says that he loves the shirt. You're really rocking it.
This shirt used to fit me so tight. I don't know. And I love this shirt, but it's huge on me. But I still wear it because I love the colors. These are my colors. You'll see me in hot colors. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate your compliment. This is really one of my favorites. And I got earrings to go with it a long time ago. And it went with a skirt that is too big, so I can't wear that anymore either. But I can wear this, even though it's big. So thank you. Thank you very much. I like reds and yellows and golds and fuchsia, orange, all those hot colors on that side of the color wheel. I enjoy wearing those. Anything else? I didn't need this after all. I'm gonna put it away. What else did I want to tell them? I have been,
No, I don't think so.
Nobody said anything? I don't know what else to tell them about. Nobody has anything. Make sure you drink your water every day. Lots of water. Not so much soda. Lay that to the side and you'll find out you'll feel better.
Someone says they can't wait to make this. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for sharing as well.
Sharon, her name is?
No, I said thank you for sharing. There's another person said that.
Okay. Yeah, this will, I can't say it's going to change your life, really. But I believe that you will enjoy using this. And that you will make sure that you have some cashews in your freezer. I always freeze my nuts. So, and when you're out, you're going to make some more. I would make a double batch because it's just me. I just make the amount that I give you, okay? And most of my recipes are that way, except my soups. I make a lot of soup because they freeze well. But other things, I just make a certain size because I'm the one that has to eat it. Now, the vegetables aren't that's not true of vegetables. I'll make a lot of vegetables too because everybody in the family will eat that. But this is good. Oh, I just thought of a thought just came. This tastes really good on baked potatoes. Put this on, sprinkle on some parsley flakes, a little bit of black pepper if you want, and mush it together. It'll remind you a little bit of having butter and cream cheese. Not really, I never liked cream cheese, but not cream cheese, sour cream. It was always it's also a texture thing too. But this is really good on baked potatoes. Try this on baked potatoes, make it and then do that. Little parsley flake.
Do you soak the nuts first?
I do not. That was something that I learned, I've heard about just in the last few years. But when I've had a Vitamixer for 33 years, this is my second one. And they never said anything about soaking nuts when I bought the original one, and it was a stainless steel container. And people started saying it'll get creamier if you do that. I don't really see a difference. I have tried soaking them. I have soaked them, but I don't really see a great difference. So I give people the option. If you want to soak, soak. If you don't want to soak, it's okay. But the thing I have done is I always start with my Vitamix with the liquid at the bottom, and then I put the nuts on top. So by the time I get everything else in, you're following me, then they have soaked a little bit in whatever the liquid is. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, I hope so.
Someone said they would love to see some soap recipes.
Soap?
Soup.
Oh, soup. I have so many soups. I think on the show, I call it a stew. I do have a stew and a couple of soups, but I have so many soup recipes. I just make them up as I go along. As I just throw in some water or a little bit of veggie broth. And I have like the aromatics I throw in first. And then I just kind of run through the house and see what I've gotten and I throw that into. You can always start with a couple of cups of veggie broth or water. And then you put in like a cup, half a cup, cup and a half of celery, chopped onion, red or whatever kind you like, the yellow, white, or Vidalia, whatever one you want. Chop that up, do a cup of that, and then do some carrots and throw in a couple of cloves of not chives, garlic that you press through your garlic press, and let that cook for a few minutes. You can make just about any soup from that you would like. You can make up your own soups with that base. And then now you can start throwing in some beans of your choice. You could throw in potato. You could throw in, did I say carrot? I don't know if I said
No.
Okay, throw in some carrots that you've chopped up and throw in some greens. I'm telling you, it's so easy to make a soup. I have lots and lots of soups that I can share with you. I just made up a celery soup a few years ago, and it's really good, but you gotta like celery. And then pea soup, I did that. I took some things from a recipe my mom had from her cookbook, and then added a few little things, and it's really good, so I have that. But I just really like throwing together stuff. And it's called a soup because it's kind of liquidy and it's got vegetables in it. Now, if you're a meat eater, you can throw some meat in it, but I don't do that. And you can always pour that soup. When you make a soup, even if it's got potatoes in it, you can pour it over potato. You can pour it over rice. You can put it over, put it over things like quinoa, wild rice, I guess, and farro, one of my favorite grains. You can put it over anything and call it a meal. Have a little side salad, and boom, you're done. You can eat a lot of it and enjoy it. Okay? Yes, I have soup, and yes, I will share.
This is a few comments about Thanksgiving. Do you have any plant-based versions or sides? Any Thanksgiving sides? So you want
Yes.
to say anything about that?
Yes, I do. And I'm working on two things right now. And one is the stuffing. It's just going to be a bread stuffing. It's really based off of my mom's stuffing that I loved. And then I'm
You
going.
can tell me the next one.
Okay. Anyway, yes, I do. That's the end. And then I have another thing that I'm working on. And then some sides, cranberry sauce, all that stuff. I will share with you. Absolutely.
There's also things you've made already.
And plus things I've made already. And I'm going to make a nice plate for you to have. And you don't have to, it's all plant-based and it's all delicious. And as you're smacking your lips and saying, people around the table are going to say, well, can we taste that? You go, well, hold up. No, this is mine. But yes, I do have some.
And there's other Thanksgiving themed things on the channel.
Yeah. There are other Thanksgiving themed things like, can they hear you?
I don't know. I think so.
Okay, things on the channel that I've done starting in 2017, which is when we started our channel. So I've been going for 4 years now. But there are other ones. If you just do a search when you get to the channel, I have a little search rectangle there. You can put in Thanksgiving. I tried to name well, that's another whole long story, but I tried to name those Thanksgiving things so you could see it. Okay?
We have 2 minutes left. Someone tried a tofu mayonnaise recipe from Forks Over Knives.
Did they like it?
And it wasn't quite right. But I don't know how to fix it.
Okay.
Would be interested to see it get the Berta J treatment.
A tofu, it's called, what is it? It's just called tofu mayonnaise on Forks Over Knives, because I look at them and I get recipes that I maneuver and massage and come up with my own version. But this is Forks Over Knives tofu mayonnaise.
Do you have any cookbooks that you've written?
Oh my gosh. You guys, all right, let me tell you this. Let me give you some. I know I'm supposed to do a cookbook. I really do. And I am doing a cookbook. So if I say it positively, my brain will get it, my mind will get it, and then maybe my hands will start doing it. But Evan and I are the only 2 people that work on this channel, and it's a lot of work. And so though I've started a folder with some things in it, it's going to be a while. I know that it's going to happen, and it's going to be small at first because I'm thinking the recipe book, the cookbooks like I have here. My Better Homes and Gardens was 300, 400 pages. Evan said, Mom, you only have to do a few. So it's going to be small, but yes, I'm going to do a cookbook. I want to put things in that I use myself all the time so I don't have to run to my phone or run to my folder with all the copies of the recipes in it. It'll bless me as much as it'll bless you. I'm telling you. And then I'll have some stuff you have never seen. I want to do about 5 recipes that you have never seen. But a lot of them will be ones that are right here on the channel. And it'll be a place where you can grab. I don't know. I just would like to keep making like another little volume to add to that. Like make one small one, then add it to another one, add it to another one. I don't know. Evan and I have to talk about it. But yes. Long answer for is yes, and when is I don't know, but it's going to happen. So,
you want to keep going?
oh, how long have we been?
Half hour.
Half hour. Does anybody have? If somebody has a question, I'll answer it. I'll answer them.
Okay. Do you can you share how you meal plan?
How do I meal plan? That's a funny story. I don't meal plan. I want to meal plan for longer than just 1 or 2 days. But I look at these people who do this meal planning, and for the work that I have to do for the channel and around this house and different things, it's hard for me. So maybe I need to come up with something on meal planning, because you're not the only person, whoever you are, who asked that question. But I usually, at the beginning of the week, I'll make something that I know. I love farro, I usually make that, or brown rice. I make a salad. I do my salad greens from my video on how to keep your salad greens long. I do one of those. I chop up vegetables so that I can have a salad. I also make, if I didn't already say, I make vegetables, and I do probably bake some potatoes. But as far as planning which one of those things I'm going to have each day, it's like what's in there, that's what I'll have. And I make sure that I make sauces. This was something that I learned from Britt Giroudi. She said that when she lost, I think it was 70 pounds that Britt lost, she said in order to stay true to eating whole food plant-based, she said, my secret to you, and it's not a secret anymore because she's got lots of followers, is make sauces. Make different things that you can put on something, gravies and sauces that you can put on your food. Because even if it turns out not so good, if you throw your favorite sauce on there, you can get it down, and the vitamins and minerals and stuff will be in you. So that's what I do. I make sure that I make some cashew mayonnaise, which I just got. I just ate up the last of it. I have cheese sauce in there. So I do that kind of thing too. I always have my ketchup. I try and always have ketchup in there that I've made. So I can put it on things. And then if I'm at the grocery store, I ask Evan, he'll buy me, which I don't eat a lot of soy, but I do have, it doesn't like me very much. But anyway, I will have some tofu bites once in a while, but I have a little sauce I can dip it in. Also, I just made something that I'll share with you. I like it. It's tempeh, but I baked it and put some spices on it, and it was very good. So I don't have a plan. I just make a bunch of stuff, and then I figure out which one of those things are in there, and just eat that for the day. And then as the amount, the quantity of whatever it is, my potatoes, I have less potatoes, than I'll eat the farro that's in there, and throw my brown rice gravy over it. That's another goodie. That is really delicious. So that's how I plan, but maybe that's not a plan, I don't know. When there's only one person, you kind of have to run with this the way you can to work for you. And that works for me. Right now, anyway. Any more questions?
Someone is in China.
What?
Hello from China.
From China? Hi.
What they ask, what's your favorite Thanksgiving or Christmas pie?
Oh, I'm working on that. My son keeps getting on my case. I love cherry pie and sweet potato pie. I don't know if you guys, I grew up with sweet potato pie. Small farm, we had a huge garden, sold stuff, that kind of thing. And my mom made the best sweet potato pie in the world. And I want to reproduce that in vegan form. Sweet potato and second cherry. I will eat apple because I do like apple, but I like apple crisp and things like that too, or baked apples. But my favorite pies, the sweet potato and cherry. A good cherry pie, ain't nothing like it. From China, I am so thankful. Who would ever think that a woman 70 years old here in New England would be able to reach out with the phone, an iPad, and a camera and reach you in China? I am so thankful and grateful for that. I'm glad you found me and glad you came.
Another person is from Germany.
Germany? Oh my words, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Wait a minute. What time is it over there?
What time is it in Germany? What time is it in China?
In China. They're on the other side of the world. Have to go across that international date line. Anyway, I'm just glad you're here. And I hope I will inspire you to eat well, to keep eating well, and to try this mayonnaise if you can get a hold of all the products. It's really good. See, it's already started to. It's not as loose as it was before.
Did you hear me say South Africa?
South Africa too? What? I gotta write this down. China.
Germany is 6:10 p.m.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. And South Africa. Guys, thank you so much for coming and visiting with me. That was it. I just really want to talk. I don't want to make it so boring and not boring, but so long. So I wanted to do about 30-35 minutes, and the time is really up. So if you have any more questions, you can. I will make sure that I link, link, because this is the same as on my channel. I'll link what I did here with cashew mayonnaise, and so that you can try it. I want to hear from you. If you were on this show and you see the link and you want to try it, I want to hear back what you think of it, because it's my go-to mayo. There are some others that I use, but this one is my favorite. Okay? So I'm so glad you came, and we'll be doing more shows. You'll see. Bye for now. Done?